today we got some axle rebuild kits for the Rhino 2.0s that are in the rear of my machine. I don't know, since I got it back from getting a trans, really the first I've got to drive it around, and I hear a little clicking, so I want to go ahead and get them squared away. So
you got some good time out of it though. How many miles you think? Probably a decent amount of hours since you put these in.
Probably almost.
It was like one of our first videos, yeah.
Probably, I don't know, probably over 2,000 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, so they just started making a little bit of noise.
Install video from that.
Yeah.
How long they've been in there, but they've been on there for a while, and I haven't had no problems. So just want to get it squared away, change them. They're not broke. They're not. I feel like I could still go on a trip and it'd have been fine. But we ordered these. They're just sitting here. We might as well get it done and over with. One less thing to worry about.
Alrighty.
So we're gonna go ahead and time lapse this coming apart. We're not gonna go in detail of how to remove your axles. If you would like, you can reference the first video.
Yeah, where we put them in. We
put these Rhinos in 2 years ago. And then, yeah, we'll unbox this and we'll get these going.
Suck it in.
All right, so let's go ahead and open these bad boys. Suck it in.
So is one box got the outer, I'm guessing, one box got the inner?
Yeah, you order them individually. So on your Rhinos, there's let's say a model number and a serial number or something along those lines. It's 2 numbers on each axle shaft. And basically, I think what that is what part number inner and what part number outer you need to rebuild that shaft.
So basically you just need, if you're doing your 2 rears, you just need
So if you have Rhinos and you think you're just going to go on their website and look it up and grab a Turbo RZR axle rebuild kit, you're not. Go to your machine and spin the tire or whatever until you can see the little skew that's engraved in it, and then take a picture of it, and then go to their website.
And you need an inner and an outer.
You'll find the part number that you need. You'll find the CV repair kits or whatever they call them, and you just use the number that's on the axle, and you're good to go. Now,
gotcha.
I don't think these will work. I don't think you can put these on a stock axle, but I have thought about it.
Okay.
I don't think it's possible though. So basically, this looks like the outer.
I would say you got way more life out of these anyways than you do a stock axle on this.
So this is just ready to go, basically. Comes with a new nut and some washers. Comes with the tube of grease. New boot. New clamps. At the end of the inner, there'll be this clip here. You'll replace basically all this. It basically comes with everything for each one. Oops, wrong way. Same thing. Here's the rear. So basically, you're just getting. So when you start getting noise, this doesn't like to pivot no more, and it gets hard spots in there that bind up. And these areas where the bearings go in and out, those
start to wear
too. And then people get axle flop where it's got movement up and down, and that's just a play here. So it's kind of nice that you get all new, because my shafts weren't bent, so not really. It's a good cheaper option than buying new axles.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're still, I think, kind of pricey, but nowhere compared to 2 new axles.
Yeah.
So even stock axles, you can buy some eBay axles for dirt cheap, but I promise you're going to keep breaking them.
Yeah.
You have nothing but problems.
No, yeah, these have held up awesome.
I did the cheap axles on my mom's machine when I had it originally, and I did nothing but chew up axles.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna go ahead and start taking this axle apart and show you how to do it.
All right, guys, we're back over here. We got this axle pulled out.
So you've seen on time lapse, pulled this one out and the cup stayed in. So I had my trans replaced, and since then I've had this noise. Well, your axle doesn't just fall apart. I didn't really pull on it to pull the clip out, but here, let me grab this. That's the contraption I made 2 years ago when I did the axle. But right around this rim is a big clip that stays in there. And normally, just lightly pulling on that won't pull that out. I feel like maybe the axle was removed to replace the trans, and it can separate, and you can put it back together. But I think they popped out the clip,
yeah.
And it might make sense why it is moving around in there more than it should have, because that retains everything. Right now, if it extended out, it could potentially fall out and lose the bearings inside the boot, you know. And so as soon as I pulled on it, I feel it coming apart. So I just went ahead and cut the clamp. There's no other real way to get in there. So I cut the clamp, got it out of the way. The bearings are obviously falling out. I will say that the clamps are a pain. I have this tool which helps push down. This is more of like an install tool. Either way, there's really no good way. I have another banding tool that pulls tension on it, and then this tool would lock it down. The problem is that ain't the style clamps we got here. So let's see. These clamps are like, got a kink in them to where it's like, that's where you get your stretch from. So this is what stretches out to allow you to pull it tight. And these pliers grab right on there, you know, and grab a hold of it and push down on this and pull from here, and it's supposed to latch there. But I'll tell you right now, it ain't gonna be that easy. Not for me. I've struggled with one axle, and the number I was telling you about, so here's the Rhino sticker, here's the big serial number. So I think it's like this number and this number, or this number and this number, tells you this end and this end what parts you need to order when you do this rebuild. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and crack this clamp loose, which is gonna be fun as well, and try to get this apart.
All right, guys, so we're putting these clamps on right now, so you guys will be able to see this process. I'll probably speed this up a little bit.
This tool pushes down, as you see here. When you open it, the center section's down, but as you close it, it pushes the band down. That's what I was trying to do with the screwdriver. The problem is this is so thin, it hurts your hands, and you really have to put a lot of force to it. That's why these big, nice gripped, I was able to get most of the other ones like this. So, is what it is. And now this one might be fairly easy. There is a groove that this has to, you'll see it pop on, and then this will go right on the clamp, or right on the boot in that clamping area. And then this one is the same thing, but spin it around here. They ain't got to be lined up, but I try to if I can remember.
Got it.
It's just a lot of force. Like this one's always normally a lot easier than this one, but it works. Now getting it off is a whole nother story. It's probably easier just to cut the band, but if you cut the band, and you mess this band up, you don't have another band to use. You'll be going to the parts store and getting a band that I have the tool for. I don't have the tool to get these off. But we got to go ahead and take this end off now. It's going to be the same process, but I just try to get the screwdriver to go behind the front corner. And by doing that, when you use the pliers, you'll be able to get it off pretty easy. You see I open that corner up right there a little bit? So now I'll go ahead and, these are easier to close, so I'll go ahead and do this. Okay, got that one, but you have to lift it. But now, sometimes it might not want to clamp back if you had to reuse it. Let's see. So it clamped. Oh, sorry. Kind of out of the camera here a little bit, but it clamps back. So this still should be usable. But we'll just save that as a spare just in case. Same thing here. Kind of a pain. And if you use a big enough screwdriver, you can like twist against the pair of pliers. Nope, I didn't get it. It's just peeling up.
Go.
I don't think this one's going to be usable. It might be. Let's see. I ain't going to worry about it. But now you just go ahead and pop the boot back. And these boots, I will say these are nice boots. Normally they're like a rubber that can rip pretty easy. This is like a, I don't know, plastic of some sort. And it's held up. So just again, slide it down. And you get the mess. But it's a mess. A mess. Alright, so obviously everything else was already off. I just pulled the band, slid it down. Now normally, yeah, just like that. You can just slide that end out. Have lots of rags when you do this too. Let me get this nasty mess out of here.
That's one of them days where it's nice to be the cameraman.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. But you're gonna do them both, get them over with.
Yep.
Do them same time, so you ain't gotta do this 5 million times a year. You know, taking an axle apart. Like I could see, like if you knew this outer was bad, you could just buy just this outer and replace just this outer. But like, how long after that is the other end gonna go bad?
Yeah. So, you're better out just knocking them all out.
Yeah, so now we got this thing cleaned up and the stickers off. We're going to go ahead and pop this clip out. This clip is what keeps this end on there. Yeah. Well, there's that one, guys.
We all got our safety glasses on, right?
Yep, they're on. OSHA approved. This stuff just goes everywhere. So now in that bag for the rear side, it has got the new clip. Alright, there's that. Make sure it spins. Got that. Now we need the boot. Here's the boot. And I'll go ahead and throw this clamp on first, second, and third. I'm going to slide this all the way down here, out of your way. Now we can set this over here. We can grab the cup. And then we can grab this grease. And basically, I just put these whole tubes. I just start, so if you fill the center, it's going to push back up around the bearings here. So I just take and push this whole center down in there until it starts coming out everywhere. And then I'll get it to a point, roll it like toothpaste. Push down on it, it'll allow it to push through the bearings, because if not, it'll try to come out right there. So you can, okay, so I'm going to call that good, and we'll go ahead and try to make more of a mess. Alright, let's say that's good there. Feel like you're just having too much fun with me being the one getting dirty here.
I don't know what you're referring to.
That's like the other night doing your intercooler, and then I'm the one that has to get in my nice truck with antifreeze.
I'll let you clean up a little bit.
Well, I did, but I still felt like crap getting in my truck.
I know.
Alright, so that is that. Now we're just going to take this end and line it up. So that snap ring is going to go down so far and lock into a groove, but the suction of the grease does not make it easy.
Yeah.
So, and I've never hurt any threads or, you know, the spline knocking this around. To be honest, I don't really know of any other good way besides maybe locking the shaft in a vise and hitting it. All right, guys, so I went ahead and clamped the shaft in here, put a rag around it, and I just took and knocked this off there. It was being real stubborn. Just take a hammer, knock down on this, and it'll come off. All it has is a snap ring, just like the other one I showed you. Now, go ahead and pull this out of here and get this cleaned up so we can start assembling it. All right, it's the same thing. Got a new clip.
You said the old one broke too, right?
Yeah, so I had a hard time getting that sucker out of that cup, and it broke it in half, getting it out. So same thing, little one, big one. New boot. Man, it's so much nicer when everything's clean.
Yeah. You only need 35 rags to clean it.
I've probably went through that many. Luckily, that's why I save all the ones that I don't want to use no more. I
got like 3 grades of rags.
Yeah,
I got like really dirty, pretty dirty, and then these are for cleaning my hands.
So same thing here. I just push it all into here, and it like sandwiches. Yeah, see, now look, you can really see it coming up through the bearings.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You see it? Mm-hmm. So you're like packing the ball bearings just by doing that. Now you're going to get to a point where pushing down in there ain't really going to do you no good. Yeah, 50 rags.
50? Is that by the time we get done, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By the time we're done. Okay, so that one.
So is that how we rate videos? Like some people rate them like
level.
Yeah, level 8 difficulty. We're level 50 rags.
Yeah, level 50 rags because this shoot is nasty.
Yes.
All right, so now same thing. Your clips on. All your boot stuff's ready to go. And again, we'll just try to get it lined up. See, I heard it pop.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's done.
Sounds like it hit.
Yep, so it's a double plunge, so this will plunge and that one will plunge, but I'm trying not to do it because you see what it does to the grease.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and
makes a mess.
slide this down.
It's kind of the same deal as before. You got that tool that works pretty good for that.
So that is that. You slide this one down, it pops on. Slide this one down, it pops on. And then you band it. And then this sucker's done. And to be honest, 2 years of beating up this shaft, it's got some scratches on it or whatever. Maybe we need some UTV Outlaw stickers on there.
Well, that would look good.
That probably would look good. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does have some scratches, but it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with it. So we're going to go ahead and band these, and yeah.
We'll show you guys everything sliding back together on time lapse, and then just kind of recap everything here at the end. All right, guys, we're putting this all back together here.
Look at them Outlaw axles.
Oh, they look good.
Nah,
unfortunately, we didn't have any replacement stickers, so.
Yeah, the stickers were falling off, so we went ahead and just branded them a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. So that's that. We're going to go ahead and button this up, and hopefully it helps somebody out looking to, maybe rebuild a shaft or rebuild a SuperATV shaft.
Even if you keep a couple of these, with you on a trip or something like that, if you needed them in a pinch,
As long as you didn't bend the shaft or like twist the spline of the axle shaft.
Yeah, if it starts clicking real heavy.
You could have one of those and one of these and just have them in a box and
yeah, you got a rebuild right there, yeah.
Tailgate,
Yep.
You wouldn't have no problem finishing that out, but hopefully it helps somebody out. I mean, that's basically what we try to do with most of our content, is just help you guys out and trial and error things so you guys don't have to. We've already spent a lot of money on stuff that
a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of experience.
Work out, didn't work out, or things that were better. We found out obviously, but that's what we're here for. So like, share, subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Best way to help support us, make more content. We got rides coming up right around the corner. That's why we're pushing to get this thing done.
We just set up a Patreon not that long ago, so if you guys...
Patreon's rolling, website, UTV Outlaws 2S store.com.
There you go.
And we'll see you next time. Qualifying right now. These guys are out here ripping around. It's a pretty gnarly course. We did, I don't know, 3 laps, 4 laps yesterday. It's pretty gnarly.